Welcome back, of course, game number 2 for day 4. It's the 8th match in total for the COSAFA 2025 Under-17 Championship. Of course, loads to look forward to in this one if you're a Namibian fan. Loads to fight for and loads to be brave for. But joining me on the touchline is none other than Lady Anna Nanamus and, of course, Luvisa. Both of them actually playing for Ongos. Fun fact, one of the Super League teams here in Namibia. Lady Anna, let's first and foremost get started with you. What is riding on this match for Team Namibia?
I think there's a lot at stake for Namibia. CJ, they need to win this game, and by a huge margin. To put it in words, Mozambique is having a goal difference of 7 goals, and Namibia is on a deficit with 4 goals. So Namibia really needs to score enough goals to have more than 7 goals as their goal difference. So I think a lot of pressure on Namibia coming into this match, because the 3 points won't guarantee them a move to semi-finals. Yeah.
Luvisa, talk to us about your thoughts surrounding this match and how much pressure there are or is on the Namibian side.
There is pressure actually from both teams, because both teams have actually lost their previous matches, and both teams are all trying to regain the momentum in trying to at least win this game and at least go out of this competition with sort of like pride and honor. So for the Comoros side, I think for them it's just to make sure that they at least try to get a win from this game before they go out of this competition.
Now for our viewers back at home, of course, if you are joining us, you're joining us on NBC2, NBC Plus, FIFA Plus or COSAFA TV. And just for you in terms of the stats, of course, this is Comoros' 5th edition. They haven't ever made it past the group stages. However, they've got one above Namibia in terms of having 1 point on the log, which they secured through a draw last year, December, against Eswatini. So loads to look forward to in that one. But Comoros, just 99 goals against them and only 4 for them. So what does that tell you about Comoros, Lady Anna?
Yeah, I think it shows that their defense is very weak, and Namibia could exploit that. Obviously, when you consider a lot of goals, it shows that you must be lacking in your defensive abilities. Hopefully, it was just in the past, and they've worked on this defensive flaw that they have as a country, or as a team rather.
Now, Luvisa, we've seen the Comoros team gradually improving year after year. We touched upon it on their first game when they took on Malawi. They had 40 goals against them in 3 games in 2019, and from there they just got better. So 20 goals against them in 2020, 18 goals against them in 2022, and 15 goals against them in 2 matches last year at the 2024 edition. So would Namibia be hoping to capitalize on that trend of having high goals against them, or do you think Comoros is going to get into the way?
At this point, I feel like Comoros and Namibia are not really far from each other, considering the fact that they all never passed the group stages. It says a lot about both teams. It just goes to show that development in both areas is not really, there's no improvement in terms of football development. But Namibia could always use the home ground advantage in trying to get as many goals as they possibly can.
Now, as for Namibia, they've played 8 and lost 8, so not a single point nor a win on their score sheet. Do you think there's pressure for them to start doing something, especially on a day like this, when you're playing in front of home crowd, on home turf, in home air, if you like? How much pressure is there to try and get that win today?
I think CJ, being the home team, obviously they want to move out of the group stages. They want to play semi-finals. Right now the pressure is on whoever qualifies to play semi-finals. They want to be the second best team to qualify. Namibia, on the other hand, like Lovisa alluded before, are not far from Comoros. This is actually anyone's game right now. I think both teams could grab an opportunity here and advance. We might be thinking that the Namibians are coming out here to win a game to qualify for the semi-finals, but Comoros might be equally having a plan right here of saying, guys, we have considered, let's not concede that much and let's score a lot of goals, and then we could be the second best team. So this is a match that could go any way today.
Luvisa, in terms of the Namibian side, who are some players that we can look forward to that will be putting up their hands in this crucial match for Namibia?
I'm looking at the captain, Lebang. She has really showed exceptional performance even in the Women's Super League, and also just the experience of the players that are also part of the Super Leagues, the likes of Joy, them. We expect them to come on this match and really prove to themselves that, hey, we have played Super League, we have got this experience, and we are going to display it in today's match.
Do you agree with Labang, and is there one or two additional players that you think that could possibly put up their hand?
Yes, CJ, definitely Labang. Labang also just recently got 2 senior women's national team caps against Eswatini beginning of this year. So that should be an experience that she should be able to bring to the table today. I think the team can really count on her experience and her expertise coming into this match. Another player to watch out for is Sherifa Klarwez, a very exciting player to watch. And then you have Chloe on the wing, who is also a very exciting player to watch. I think the Namibian team is packed up with a lot of talent. You also have the likes of Tamara and Grace on the bench. In case plans don't work out, plan A doesn't work out, coach can always put in plan B, and maybe plan B could do it for them.
Talk to us about how important it actually is to have Tamara. Actually, it was a shock for us to see her not starting. Do you think there was some tactical advantage that coach might know of that we might not know of?
I mean, I don't know, but all I have to say is I had a conversation with Lydiana and the other match analyst saying that Tamara actually scored against me, one of the top defenders in the Super League. How is she not starting today's game? What is coach's plan? Does he want to bring Tamara on? And at what point does he actually want to bring one of the best attackers on?
Do you think there could be a problem for Namibia with not having Tamara, or do you think they're just trusting the other girls that they've selected? Of course, each and every player that have been selected for the squad is rightfully has an opportunity to play. But do you think there might be another strategy up his sleeve, if you like?
Yes, CJ, this is a national team. We need to remember that every player that is in this team is equally capable of the task. And I'm hoping that the coach is believing that every player that gets an opportunity today is able to deliver. And maybe that is why Tamara is on the bench. Not because she didn't deliver in the previous match, but maybe because the game plan is let's make them tired and then we bring on a Tamara that will finish it off for us. But what if it is too late? I think Tamara should have started this match for them. Then I think they would have had a little bit of confidence boost. Like she mentioned, Tamara is a beast when it comes to scoring goals. So it's a big question for us.
Talk to us about what does Grace bring to the field, and is there concern as well with her not starting for Namibia?
I think Grace also equally talented, equally able to step up to the task and, give her best. But once again, it comes down to the coach's plans, and hopefully whatever the coach has planned today is going to play out in their favor.
Now we keep on talking to the coaches and about coaches, and Lovisa, how important is it for the coaches to still give some form of guidance? We saw it with the previous game as well, a lot of finger pointing and guiding and trying to just guide the players, the girls, into a certain portion of the field or instructing them to do something else. How important is that level of coaching or supportiveness from the sideline for youth football like this?
It's very pivotal that the coach always stands in and gives those instructions, because we have to remember these are very young girls. They are not really well knowledgeable and they don't understand the footballing game on that magnitude. So the coach's involvement in giving those instructions here and there is very, very, very important.
Now we know that Comoros will probably know the importance of this match for Team Namibia, the home side. So what do you think they could bring to the field in terms of pressure that they'll be adding to the Namibian side to make sure that they do not capitalize on maximum points and maximum goals to get that second best place for the semi-finals?
CJ, Comoros today is like the Tottenham in the Premier League. They could decide who gets to go to the semi-finals. So Comoros might not qualify for the semi-finals, but I think their fight and their willing spirit might stop Namibia from qualifying to the semi-finals. So a Tottenham role here for Comoros today. Hopefully someone can, make it happen for Namibia.
Lovisa, what do you make of that scenario in terms of the pressure that Comoros can bring to Namibia, especially with a crucial game like this for the home side?
I mean, Comoros has nothing to lose at this point, so they're just going to go all out. It's for Namibia to then look back and think, how can we win this game? How can we try to get as many goals as possible to turn out victorious and be the best, second best, and go into the second semi-final? semi-finals.
Now, if we can look at the score lines, both of these teams have played against Malawi. Malawi scoring 6 against the likes of Comoros on Sunday and 3 against Namibia on Saturday. Could that be an indication of who could possibly come out here, or is it just football and maybe Comoros surprises Team Namibia with a few cards up their sleeves instead?
Now, I think Namibia had enough time to, fix the mistakes that they did on Saturday, whereas Comoros played on Sunday and had a lower chance of fixing their mistakes. But I think it's a game of football. Football is a game of mistakes. You capitalize on someone else's mistakes. You want to force them to make the mistakes so that you can become victorious. So I think it's anyone's game today.
Also, just to add on what she said, but mathematically one would say Namibia should turn out victorious in this game, but sometimes football always just surprises you and then it turns out very different for you.
Definitely so. Now talk to us about, we spoke about certain players, Grace, Tamara, we can continue Chloe and such, but how important is individual brilliance going to be in a matchup like this? We saw in Zambia's squad as well, and the coach referring to how easy it is to coach a team that is so talently gifted. So how important is it for that to come through in a game like this, but not to completely shy away from, as Lady Anna also said in the Zambia game, they were selfish at some points. They become so individually consumed by their own talents and that they didn't want to pass too many times. How can we strike that balance to make sure that today it's pulled through for Namibian side?
I firmly always believe that teamwork always makes the dream work. That is the song that I always sing every day. But here and there, individual brilliance really comes to play, especially when you're in the attacking third. When you play on the strike, individual brilliance always comes to play.
Now, Lady Anna, we can rant on about individual plays, but it all comes down to tactics and to where you play the ball. Where do you think the ball is going to be played mostly in today's game, especially for Team Namibia, first and foremost, and we'll get to Comoros just now?
I think the Namibian side is going to definitely use Chloe's side. We saw it in the previous match that they want to use the left-hand side to attack. Chloe is very creative, very confident on the ball. And then you have the likes of Nancy Labang who can, keep the ball, who can allow push-off defenders, allow her teammates to play. So I think definitely through Chloe and Nancy Labang.
In terms of Comoros, where do we think they could possibly execute some threats towards the Namibian side when they are on the attacking forefront?
All right, definitely on their right side. They are very strong on their right side. We have the likes of Naima and Akida both playing on the right-hand side. So we'll expect more of right play from the right-hand side.
Now, 45 minutes in it, what do you make of this first 45 and what do you expect from in terms of the goal difference at the 45-minute mark?
I think given how the weather is and everything, it's very lovely out here. I'm expecting to see a very lovely matchup, very competitive with both teams having something to gain from this. Both teams looking to win 3 points, their first 3 points of the competition. So I'm thinking maybe a 0-0 draw at halftime. 0-0
draw, not what Namibians would like to hear, especially if you're chasing a 10+ margin. Talk to us, what are your thoughts surrounding this first 45?
It's going to be a crucial 45 minutes, but I really do think that Namibia can get a goal from this first 45 minutes. So I'll give it to them and say 1-0 in the first half.
A tough outing here at the Kickoff Stadium lays ahead for the home side, Team Namibia, and Comoros will be trying to spoil every moment that Team Namibia has in terms of getting those 3 points. Now, is it going to be 1-0 at the break or a draw? Well, only time will tell after the first 45. Now we cross over to our commentators who are on standby to bring you that very exquisite match in high definition.
Good afternoon to you and welcome to the Kickoff Stadium for this much exciting fixture. I think very much anticipated one. Namibia taking on Comoros here. I am Michelle Shapange and I'm once again joined by none other than Hafeninde Tunga. We'll be taking you through this wonderful fixture and
Good afternoon. Good Good afternoon. I'm expecting a very, very good, entertaining game, and I'm happy to be here.
Absolutely. This game here will be kicking off at 3 p.m. this afternoon. Namibia have to play it all to play for, so do Comoros. While both of these teams have already lost to the group leaders, Malawi now, who have 6 points in Group A. Namibia will be hoping to get those very crucial 3 points because as it stands, they will not be making it to the semi-finals. The only way they can do so if they win today, but they have to win by such a huge margin. The weather here at the stadium, quite cool, quite collected. Really not too bad. If you can make your way here right now, please do so. It is absolutely free at the entrance for you to come and watch this encounter here. That will be here at the Hage Geingob Stadium. Now, Hafeni, just in terms of expectations, we heard from analysts in terms of expectations in this fixture. What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to two teams trying their best to play attacking football, to score a lot of goals. I think the build-up has been around what Namibia can do, knowing that the job is quite simple for them to win with so many goals. But I think everybody's also forgetting that Comoros also have that job to do as well. So it's two teams that want to score a lot of goals and advance to the next round.
Absolutely. Now, Comoros losing already. That was to Malawi. So Namibia now will be heading over and hoping to get a win from this one. But also, as you said, Hafeni, it is anyone's game. Comoros too can also push forward and perhaps get those 3 points. And that's what the game of football is all about. Both of these teams still seeking their first win in this tournament. Comoros yet to record a single one. That is at the COSAFA u17 Girls Championship. Now, when it comes to Namibia, they are in the same shoes as well. They have not won a single game at this tournament, and they'll be hoping to really change the script here in this encounter. So perhaps that also will be some sort of consolation for the team, maybe, Safeni, if Namibia can get a win.
Everybody wants to get rid of that 0 and get that W, that first W. That will be so much important for the development of women's football in their countries, in their respective countries. So it's an opportunity for each one to show what they got, to show more attacking intent, and hopefully that we have a winner and it doesn't end in a draw.
Now just waiting for the kickoff. Both teams about to work out of the tunnel here at the Hage Geingob Stadium. And here they come. They are led out by their respective captains. Namibia, led by Nancy Lebang, one of 2 players to have scored at this tournament for the under-17 squad. And Comoros, led out by their captain, who is back for this one. She also played in the first game. That is Anli Chifao, the midfielder. Proceedings here being led by the referee, Maduva Lukang from South Africa. Assistant referee, Family Mulewa from Malawi. And assistant referee number 2, Esnat Mwila, Zambia. Teams looking ready here. The players looking to take center stage. And it's time to hear the national anthems of both of these teams.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of Comoros. And now the national anthem of Namibia.
And we are about to kick off here at the Hage Stadium for this one. This is Namibia taking on, that is Comoros. Two sides, both looking for their first win in this tournament. And I'm sure we're in for a good game.
Yes, a very, very good game indeed. You can see the two teams are hyped, they're pumped. It's perfect weather for a good game, so I hope to see that that both teams are attacking and ready to play good football.
Absolutely. Just looking at that lineup there from Namibia, a few changes from that last lineup. Hangula and Aces not starting for this one. We had even from our analysts saying that perhaps Hangula not being started, maybe not the best idea, Afeni. What do you make of that change?
No, as the analyst referred to that, probably the coach has a plan, and we have to just trust the coach's process and see. Maybe they will be brought on in the second half when the opposition is tired, and we'll see how we take it from there.
Yes, that's a 4-5-1, the formation from Namibia. Very interesting to see. Perhaps having Labang move up front as opposed to last time. You can tell that know exactly what they're doing.
Very much attacking intent from Namibia, knowing that Nancy Labang is the key source of their goals now, since Tamara is not in the lineup. So pushing her closer to the goal probably will assure them or assure that they will get more goals.
Indeed, and that's just the two captains there. Nancy Labang, as well as Anli Chifan there. Referee Maduva Labang leading proceedings. Family Mulewa, assisted by Esnat Muila from Zambia, as well as Kandila Somtsai from South Africa. Just finding out there who will be starting this one off. But I believe when you look at that lineup as well from Comoros, them going with a 4-4-2, and sort of also really doing some changes to that lineup, because they are not starting with Naidati as well as Natalia Ahmed, who is really one of their key source players there in the midfield, as well as Naifa Chabani, all not starting for this one. Instead, you've got Abdal Nazara coming on, as well as Najila Isiaka. Very interesting shifts to see in this one as well, Hafeni.
Yeah, probably the coach has seen something in the lineup or in the game against Malawi that she didn't like. So she made a lot of tactical changes here. But they're going into a 4-4-2, but I think it will transition to a 4-5-1 to match Namibia's formation as well.
And we're out underway here at the Hage Stadium. Please, if you can make your way, you still can. That is to come and watch this wonderful game of football. Free entrance. Also, you can catch us on COSAFA TV's YouTube for that stream, FIFA Plus, as well as NBC2. Also, NBC radio stations broadcasting this encounter. Coach Errol Damasep there. What do you think is on his mind right now, Hafeni?
Well, he knows the Namibian cry, that everybody's crying for a big performance today. So hopefully he's calm and collected, and he's not really pressured when it comes to this game.
And hopefully we'll not have a lot of those injury scares this time around. And we are underway here at the Hage Geingob Stadium. Comoros starting off in a good note at least. And here comes now, just well, taken here by Tokwane. Tokwane, we talk about Tokwane, how great she was in last time's game. She also, unfortunately, one of the players who was forced off by, she did go down, as well as Amasis. But it's so great to see them back, because it was an injury scare when we saw the likes of Tokwane as well as Amasis go down there. But here they are on the field today.
Yeah, it was a big battle against Malawi, and you know, it's a very physical one when you go against the Malawians. So we are glad that we have them back and we are back to full strength.
Absolutely there. And this is a throw-in for Comoros. That's coming in from Mohamed Asia. And just unable to really get anything from it. And here comes Namibia now. Joey Gosses with a throw-in. It's picked up by... Well picked up here by Comoros. They are starting off things so far, so good.
Yeah, very strong start from the Comorans. And looking at how the game is already started, they look like the team that will get the first goal.
Perhaps. Now? Here now comes Namibia with the ball. This one's going to be thrown in by Joy Gosses, one of the players that started in that first encounter, pardon me, and she's on again. And now this one's picked up by the captain, Lebang. She's got it here. Enga Piverlong passes it to Tokwane. Tokwane just wouldn't hold up. It's now all taken away by Mohamed Asia. Looking very strong already, Asia.
Yes, they look like they have all the answers so far. Done the scouting from the first game of Namibia versus Malawi, and hopefully they can use in their favor. But the Namibians are now shifting into their attacking gear.
Absolutely. I think they are making it difficult for Namibia to go forward. Lebang, but that type of play also, when you make sure you get as many players to defend as possible, and you come deadly. And this is where you were asking the likes of Angola not starting, Aces perhaps, only having Lebang up there alone. You think that could be a little bit difficult for her to handle on her own, getting those passes in from...
Yeah. Oh, surely, because Tokwane is actually a defender, so not a natural winger playing there. It would have helped if there was Tamara or so on there. But as you said, the coach has a plan, and hopefully the players that are deputizing for Tamara will be able to do the job.
I was just looking at that foul on Namibia there. Perhaps you have to be careful not to get in so many of those fouls. You can give away a penalty, you can give away a free kick. That's in a deadly position. This one's a bit taken up by the captain, Nancy Lebang. Let's see what she can do here. Perhaps find Shimi there in the box, and she crosses it beautifully. And it's a goal! Lebang scores here for Namibia. What a wonderful goal! Captain Nancy Lebang has put the home side in front. She's got goal number 2 for herself as well in this tournament, in the history of the tournament. What a goal, Hafeni.
What a goal, what a finish. You could hear in the background the coach was saying, put it on target, and she followed suit. Look at that free kick.
Wow.
Right over, the goalkeeper had no chance.
What a wonderful, you see why she is entrusted to be up front. It's because of moments like that. And Namibia breaking here. And it stands here, Namibia 1, Comoros now. Game starting off on a good note for Namibia.
Of course. Exactly where they needed to be, or where they wanted to be. Now it's up to them. Can they capitalize on this momentum?
And this throw in here by Gosses. Picked up by Lebang again. Here she comes. What a wonderful piece of strike here.
Now.
And now, just Unfortunately unable to get hold of. I think she was probably looking for the likes of Shimi there, and got some fans in the stands for this one. Perhaps also the importance, Honourable Deputy Minister, Honourable Dina Balotti there as well in attendance. Always nice to see how he's always present at these type of encounters, events.
Very good, very encouraging for the Namibian girl child to see that the government is taking this very, very serious, attending these games, eh?
Hopefully we won't see too many of those injury scares that we saw in that game, Namibia versus Malawi, as well as Comoros versus Malawi as well. We saw so many players go down. At some point, the medics had to stand up the entire time because they had to make their way to the field. But maybe we'll not see so much of that today. And now here, this throw in here by Gosses. Find who she can pick up. And here comes Namibia now. They're pushing forward. It's picked up. Here comes just into the. Here comes Gosses, just unable to find. I think she was probably looking for Garus there. Also wonderful. That's the type of energy you want to keep up front as well. Now Comoros trying to do the same.
Pass.
Sharifa Garus with this one. Pushing forward to trying to get into Tokwane, but maybe too fast for her.
Deal with those balls much quicker, Deal with those balls.
The coach of Comoros has to change his game plan to adjust to what Namibia has brought in the first 5 minutes. Did not expect to go down this early.
Yes, and I think when you have got somebody like Nancy Labang up front as a defender, it's a bit scary as well. You don't want to scramble too much and make those unnecessary mistakes. So we saw yesterday, I think it was in that game of Mozambique against Mauritius. At some point you saw tears flowing in that one because of those mistakes. Now, maybe with the throw-in, and this is being eyed here by Gosses, but it's well kept by Comoros.
Good composure by the defender to get that ball out of danger.
Yes, looked very scary for her. And now Namibia here to break. This is Labang here, chasing it forward. Here comes Labang now. Just perhaps the cross not too accurate here. Well, you think she was going for it? Not so easy to do.
Yes, pass. Hey!
So, still here to Tokwane. Kwane just unable to find it, but it's picked up now by Garus. Sharifa Garus now to Tokwane, and here comes it. Oh, just!
What a cross.
There.
What a cross by Tokwane. Very much unfortunate that Chloe couldn't capitalize on that opportunity as well.
Yes. Those are the type of crosses you also want to see. Maybe this is the plan that Coach Errol Damaseb had in mind. Well, looks like it's working for him and the rest of the team.
Lesson is never question the coach.
Yeah. Now this is a throw in here for Comoros. Just well taken out here by Shihiku. And it's a ball now for Namibia. Nine minutes gone here at the COSAFA u17 Girls Championship day match, or match day 4 here. Namibia taking on Comoros, and so far so good. 1-0. Our goal coming in from captain Nancy Labang, straight from a free kick.
It's a bit scrappy there at the back for the Namibians. They don't look so convincing. They need to pull themselves together because they cannot underestimate this Comoros side.
And I always also say that that's the problem as well, mentality perhaps. When you think, you might look at your opponent and say, well, I don't think they're too good at this, so we should focus on that. And then they shock you. Perhaps not trying to focus, make sure you focus on all areas or aspects on the field, not just one or two. Yeah, this is a free kick for Namibia now. Will be taken up by Congo, one of the players that started in that last encounter, and she's also taking part in this one. Maybe it's a soft free kick here, but it's well picked up by her teammate. Gosses. And you're hearing the shouts here of Coach Errol Damasak, really encouraging the players to go up front.
Yes.
And that's a beautiful pass here to Garus. Garus finding Mariana. Just here comes Namibia. The bang now here. Well defended by Siaka.
They need to do that often. They need to connect the passes. They need to connect even more passes, make the ball move quicker. Try to make the Comoros midfield and defense uncomfortable with the quick passes.
Okay,
Indeed.
straight line, Nancy, straight line.
See Melania with a good ball over the top for Nancy. It's just unfortunate that the Comoros defender was on top of that as well.
Siaka timed it very well.
Nancy,
She will be very busy here, Labang, today.
Pass!
She'll also be depending on her teammates to make sure they get those crosses in. And here she comes now. Passes on to Garus. Garus tries to find somebody in the box. Well, it's dropped by Natasha. She also had a really good performance in that game against Malawi. Very well composed goalkeeper. And now it's picked here up by Nuaria. Now here finds Labang. Labang now here crosses it beautifully. And here she comes again. One now to Garus. Garus goes for it herself. Garus here just also straight to the hands of Ahmad.
Very good strike there by Sharifa.
Nuaria. Trying to look for Labang now. Here comes Labang. And she scores for Namibia! Labang here with a double. What a player she is. Wonderful crossing here as well by Garus. Wonderful stuff we're witnessing here.
Yes, very fortunate with the through ball getting through, but it was a very excellent finish by Labang.
Oh, Namibia with a double now.
In position A1, this is exactly how they wanted the game to go.
Namibia have scored. Keep their hopes alive. It's 30 minutes gone here at the Hagengop Stadium. And here they come again. Labang just unable to keep that going. I think that's the pressure that Namibia will probably keep applying here. And now here comes, just misses Avasas there. Perhaps if she would have gotten a taste of that, might have been very dangerous for Comoros. Garus now. Garus is going up to Warrior. Oh yeah, that's Chihuku. And that is a beautiful cross here too. Well, it's got a wonderful cross in here by Chihuku Tokwane.
I think she didn't realize that she had so much time in the box to control that ball. It was a very, very much an excellent cross by Sharifa. But Tokwane just needed a little bit more composure when that ball came in.
I'm a Veneren! Come, Nancy!
Yeah. Great to see. That's beautiful, picked up here by Avasas. Loses it though. And now Garus. Garus to Chihuku. Look at that possession there. Namibia, I'm not surprised. With 72% of the ball. And that's a wild shot.
Nancy! Nancy!
I think she was going for it herself here, perhaps.
Hi, Rose! Hi, Rose!
I think maybe the Melania there wanted to just taste the luck.
2 goals in 15 minutes.
Not too bad.
Very happy chap, Coach Errol. But he probably wants more from his soldiers.
Come behind the ball! Behind the ball!
So it stands, Namibia will be recording their first win in this tournament. I think that's also a wonderful milestone for the team.
Waka, deal with the ball!
Now, Comoros here with the free kick. Trying to also perhaps move forward a little bit more. But they lose it in the middle of the park. It's a foul there. And Namibia will be getting this one. It's been taken up by Shuavanu Haukong. There she comes. Nice to find. Avasis. Offside. There's an offside here. Let's have a look at that. Perhaps the positioning of what's that? Oh, picked up here by Garus. Unable to find Chihugo. And now Comoros pushing forward here, trying to come on in the box. Falls comfortably to Malundanga. I think this is the first time she's touched the ball.
Yes. Very much a scary moment for the Namibians. Just another warning shot that they shouldn't
now
be
Namibia break. Labak. Perhaps an offside shot here. Was that an offside?
Might be slight margins of offside, but she should have done better in the conversion.
Yeah, perhaps could have passed it as well. We have a few options ahead of us. Just a look at that goal by Heather, the second goal. Well composed, calm. Great pass in there. She got
Good composure.
And how important is that for us or forward when you're playing in a position like that, especially when you're alone, and being able to be calm under those circumstances?
It's very good because many of them will just lace the ball through.
And now here comes Comoros. Thanks to Malundanga.
Chloe, go!
All right, now this is a well misread here by, and that's a wonderful strike by Tokwane. Wonderful chance here, attempt by Tokwane. If that went in the back of the net, would have been a really perhaps contenders for all of the tournament.
Yes, she's really been bombarding up and down this right-hand side. Really justifying a selection in the team for the coach.
She was really excellent as well in that game against Malawi. One of the most active players. And now here the ball with Garus. Garus finding Labang here. Labang just. Oh, it's picked up by Kavas. But here comes Waria now. Unable to get, but she gets hold of Labang here. Labang going straight just over the bar. She is absolutely terrorizing.
Amma, stay.
Up front.
Yes,
Captain.
now she's running circles around this Comoros defense. They really cannot handle her. She's going left, going right, taking shots from outside, taking shots from close range.
Forward.
Indeed. And now, Namibia here. Garus just couldn't. Ipa. She comes right here. That's a wonderful trying to just keep it in. Able to get hold of the teammate. Perhaps should be a foul by Chihuku. A bit just too aggressive from her there. Free kick here for Comoros. Taken up by Naima Automani, the defender.
Very rare opportunity for the Comoros side. Can they capitalize?
The importance of set pieces as well. They come in handy, you never know. Just depends on how good you are at utilizing them. Now here, Comoros. Up down Nazara there. Loses it out to Shimi. Shimi, one of the players who did not start in that last encounter against Malawi. Replaced the likes of Hangula. She's starting in this one. Do you think she's proving her point so far?
Yes, I mean, she's not really troubled on that side as well. But for now, she looks very solid and very composed, and hopefully she can remain that way for the remainder of the game.
Now this throw in here by Haukongo to unable to really get hold of Avasas there. Now it's Namibia again. Just have to keep that tempo perhaps. I'd say momentum. I think maybe once you lose that momentum, it can also play a part in how you continue to perform as a team.
Yes,
Namibia.
Namibia shouldn't just try and force a goal. The goal will come naturally. They just have to play the
perhaps from here. And that's a wonderful strike in here. Just well read here by assistant referee Tokwane. Now there's an offside. Goalkeeper Ahmed Natasha has been quite busy. Yes, just definitely offside here. Namibia coming, here comes Namibia!
What a goal!
My goodness, what a player Lebang is!
What a goal, what a goal.
Namibia have scored here. A trip of the league. We're having some dramas here between perhaps some frustrations from Natasha, the goalkeeper.
Fantastic strike by Nancy, eh? She's capitalizing on all these mistakes from the defense.
And it's just wonderful how composed she is. She just scores, does not do too much. It's almost like, yeah, I meant to do that.
This is an exhibition on shooting, eh? Or just a lesson on shooting for all the aspiring soccer players out there. Composure in front of goal will get you the goals.
Nancy Lebang here. Wonderful player, V-Power Angels player, only 16 years of age. Means now she's got 4 goals. She scored that one last year in the tournament. Now she scores this triple. Is really growing her tally, scoring tally. It's 23 minutes gone here at the Higher Gengop Stadium. Namibia certainly enticing the home crowd here, in the lead by 3 goals to 0. If you have not made your way to the stadium, please, if you can, I advise you to do so, because this is some wonderful play of football we are witnessing here. This is a wonderful strike in here by, and Namibia scores again! This one's by none other than Melania Gavas.
Good cross, good finish.
Namibia daughter's player, 16 years of age, not even 3 minutes gone since that last goal from Nancy Lebang. Namibia have scored again.
They've scored again. They are ripping this Comoros team apart.
Honorable Dina Valotti there should be pleased. He looks excited. Always snapping something on his phone. Great to see. And, perhaps Comoros just hoping to get something out of this one. Of course, it's a bit too early to be 4-0 up, isn't it?
I think this is the earliest anyone has been 4-0 up out of all the games.
Indeed. And now, Namibia here, still with it. And so the goal scorer, Gavas there. This one, trying to find the likes of Labang, those long crosses in. And now, Namibia still going for it here. So wonderful. Here comes Labang again. She's running along with the running back. She scores again. Labang is absolutely having a ball here. Namibia score again. What a player. What a game. And it stands here at the Hage Geingob Stadium. Namibia in the lead by 5 goals now.
It's a baby gladiators party here at the Hage Geingob Stadium. Look at that composer, that chip, that little dink. Composure, wow. Composure, composure. That's all she has, is the composure in front of goal. Stands up the goalkeeper, dinks it over the goalkeeper.
Wow.
Namibia 5, Comoros 0.
This is some wonderful football we are witnessing here today. Namibia have really been going here and they are not stopping. And it's only 26 minutes. Another chance here for Labang. Here she comes down the ball with another goal. Wonderful stuff we are witnessing here today. Nancy Labang perhaps chasing that individual accolade as well here.
Looking for that top goal scorer.
Top goal scorer. The spectators having a blast. Nancy Labang has scored again. Just look at that on the replay. She saw it, well composed again, and she slots it beautiful in the back of the net. And hearing those chants here from the fans.
We want more, we want more.
That's what you like to see in a game of football.
Come.
Not even 30 minutes gone and it's 6-0. It's going to be a very long day for the Comoros players.
We are not even so close to half time. We'd be scared with a scoreline like this one. Or you haven't even reached half time. And the fans here just chanting, they want more. Certainly perhaps almost not more, but that should be an offside here by Nancy Labang. How do you think she must be feeling right now, Hapeni, having all those goals in?
She's feeling good, but they know already that they are chasing a target. And that target is 10 goals, so they are literally close. They just shouldn't be too... they need to be composed, like the way Nancy is finishing all these goals. They need to be composed.
This is a chance here now. Oh, that was slightly dangerous here. Also, going to make those mistakes when you're in the lead. You get caught off guard at the back, and then you concede. And now Namibia here. Garus still going for it. Just unable to keep it in. And that was an offside call. Now this throw in here by there's Rizika Nakidia, one of the players also who were very composed in that match against Malawi. It's a good feel for especially the goalkeeper there of Comoros, Ahmed Natasha. She looked so frustrated, especially with that 4th goal. At some point you could tell. I think that does catch up with you, doesn't it?
Exactly. Not easy going down so early with so many goals. You know, trying to motivate each other, these players. And they don't want to make it look like a very one-sided contest, so they need to pull themselves up together, all of the players, and try to see how they can at least pull 1 or 2 goals back.
Indeed, yes. Comoros, wonderful. I'm just unable to get a hold of it there. Up down Azra. Down Namibia here. Down a break. Nancy Labang finding Yuaria. Nicaragua just loses it here too.
Yes.
Oh, now Namibia breaking again. Here comes Amazas. She's going up against Natasha now. Abs are playing. Gotta be careful though, because now the rules of football, once you touch the ball as a goalkeeper, you're in huge trouble.
Goalkeeper turning into Ronaldinho.
Yeah, and I must say, great confidence there, displayed by her. Because anything wrong, you could panic. She kept it together. Maybe perhaps said, let me just do this on myself. And she did a great job. And now, Namibia still here, tormenting.
Hey! Melanie!
30 minutes gone here at the Hage Geingob Stadium. It is Namibia, the host, taking on Comoros in the lead comfortably, you might say. They are still hungry for more. Vinny, just maybe, is this something you expected to see?
Well, we expected to see goals, but you know, I think Namibia has even shocked everybody by scoring 6 so early. Now it's up to them to see if they can even give us more goals than what they're giving us already.
Just wonderful trick there by
Come, Joy!
Gossip, just taken down though. As a shout there for a foul on her, but referee says no. So with Naima Tomani now going up against Garus. And it's picked up by Nancy Labang here. Trying to find. It's picked up by Shimi now. And here comes Ashif. You've got to be careful now with these fouls. Don't want to go get in danger, perhaps get a card and then you are short of players while you're already struggling to score.
Exactly. The trickery of Chloe there, drawing in the foul in there, puts Namibia in a good position with a free kick that our Congo can now deliver into the box.
Chloe Avasis. This foul there. This one's going to be taken up by Hao Congo now with this free kick. We have gotten a wonderful displays from this set pieces Namibia. What will they do with this one? We'll find out. Now, Hao Congo goes for it, straight into the hands of Ahmed Natasha. She will be really glad with herself with that one, getting it as far as possible. Now, well, mistake here by Omna, and it's picked up by Namibia now. And Silabang here now looking dangerous. That's a very dangerous foul. Perhaps a shout for how dangerous would that be?
Yeah, very much fortunate for her.
Lucky not to get a red card there.
Yes, very much fortunate for her because there was cover. There was cover, so she wasn't completely through on goal, but
perhaps frustrated there. Mohamed Asir. Or was that Ahmed Zulnar instead? Just look at this play. Nancy Labang, wonderful turn here.
Yes, no, there was cover, unfortunately.
Could have even been given a penalty.
Yep.
She wasn't too late on that tech.
So kind of the correct decision by the referee since there was cover and she was not completely through on goal.
And that is a wonderful position for a player like Nancy Labang.
Position A1.
Straight for it.
Position A1.
I'm sure she's having a blast here, Nancy Labang, and she goes by straight into the back of the net. She scores again. My goodness, what a game she's having here. Nancy Labang has scored again for Namibia. It is 7 now, not even half-time yet, and Namibia are absolutely having a feast here.
Exactly. Nancy literally is taking on this entire Comoros team alone.
Maybe just... I think Comoros have to be careful. Wow.
Yes.
34 minutes gone here at the Hage Stadium. Ladies and gentlemen,
Go, Mama.
a wonderful set of football here. Namibia don't know what they were told by Coach Errol Damaser, but certainly not making any mistakes.
Okay.
That should be now Ahmed Izanai, who just got that yellow card or confirmation. Have to be careful now, the Comoros players, not to get so many of those. You don't want to lose players in the first half. You really don't want to.
Exactly, already in a very disadvantaged position already.
It's a game of football, anything is possible. Namibia have got it here, they're composed, they're calm, they're still going for it though. There's shimmy here. You can still make your way to the Hage Stadium. I advise you to do so. Find yourself in the capital. Come and enjoy a fist of football. What do you think is happening right now on the technical side of... oh, that's a beautiful break here by... just Tokwane perhaps. Ball too fast for her to catch up with. I was just saying, when you're looking at, for example, Coach Hamadi Hassani, what would you think she would be feeling right now?
Oh my goodness.
Whoa, that's a mistake here from... She has to be careful. Well intercepted. Wow.
What a tackle.
Taken away by...
What a tackle by Joy.
Joy Gosses. So the type of no-nonsense defenders you'd like. Oh, got a player down now. Oh, Congo is down here. Hopefully not too serious. One of the key players, really. Goodness, hopefully. Looks like she's in a lot of pain.
Probably something that happened off the ball we didn't see.
And these are the ones that usually are most shocking and dangerous. She is being walked off here. This corner kick here for Comoros. Their first one. Maybe already having 3. Perhaps can capitalize of this one. Maybe her fin. Have to find out. And here comes Comoros. She's going for it here. Trying to find maybe Namibia get a chance to break. I think she wanted to go for it a little bit better, but didn't really get anything off it. And now Ava says here, Tokwane with the wonderful pickup here. She could have a chance to go for it. Here comes Tokwane now. Tokwane going straight to Shaz. Slightly off target.
Very direct play from Namibia. Very good movement off the ball, and Tokwane had the chance there to make it 8.
Wonderful stuff. It's a witness here.
Stay there, you're fine there.
And we do have some of the players, Comoros players here, maybe also saying, what do you think then, what there, maybe after half time, what do you do if you are in this position? Okay. As a Comoros coach, if you are Hamadi Hassani, what would you be thinking in this very moment?
Try to just not concede any more goals, because it doesn't look like you're getting any chances forward. But looking at that last chance that came off a corner now, which they created a corner from, it looks like they could get 1 or 2 if they capitalize on those defensive mistakes of Namibia.
Indeed. That's maybe the trust trying to break, but it's well picked up here by Gosses. Gosses finds Garus now. Here comes Tokwane. Tokwane here with a wonderful pass too. She's slightly offside. Well, Chloe Amasis here was really going for it. It's well read here by the assistant referee. Said no. That was
Just
wonderful
slightly
set.
off.
Yeah, slightly off indeed. But that's the type of connection you would want to see from the players. I think we talked about it last time. In that game, we said Namibian players seemed a lot of lacking cohesion on the field.
Exactly.
But now you can really see that there is some sort of connection between these players.
And what happens if you give time to the coach to work with the players?
I think so too. Because you can see the individual talent, but sometimes they just lack that connection to go up front. And this is a dangerous pass here in by. Well defended, absolutely well defended by Chihuku. You know, when you see a defender, a no-nonsense defender, if I may say, always some of the best ones to witness. And now, this one's for Comoros to utilize. Just Ahmadi Zinara there. Also forward, by the way, which you can see she's playing a little bit more to the back. I think almost all the Comoros players really playing to the back here today.
They have to. Probably also get a brick wall or something.
Indeed.
The way Namibia is moving, that they don't look like they'll slow down in
Namibia now with this free kick from Gosses. That's it across to Azad. Just loses it here, but she gets it back. And it's well blocked. Garus being up against 2 there. 5 minutes to go in this encounter before we find out how many minutes will be added on in this first half. And Namibia will be glad with this score so far. I'm sure with Comoros feeling like maybe the minutes should go by faster, so they get in that locker room and then really maybe get together and try and come up with a different approach here in that second half.
Yes, they need a break. They need a break. Their legs are tired. They cannot handle what Namibia has brought to them today.
Indeed. Now Nancy Labang with a beautiful head of play there. Oh, we're seeing some wonderful skills as well being displayed in this one today.
Super disky. Super disky.
Some of the players, maybe what they play in the streets. So you call it yesterday, you called it the Kasi style?
Yes, Kasi flavor.
Wonderful stuff.
Come, let's go!
Comoros. Get it out. You can also feel that excitement from the stands, sitting up here. Some of the people that have come out to show their support.
Yes.
What impact does that have as well on the players, having that support?
I guess, there was always that thing of home support will give you that encouragement to play better. And now you can see that not a lot of people are out here, but the people who have come out here have given the girls so much encouragement and given them the platform to just showcase themselves and not, have that pressure of doing it alone. Usually these games are played away from home, and now they are here at home in front of a crowd, and now they are taking advantage of that.
Indeed. And now Namibia still really not satisfied here in this first half. They are certainly aiming to get as many goals as possible, and it's working for them. Just maybe slow down a little bit in this few minutes. Oh, Tokwane just unable to keep it here, and she finds Labang now. Labang going up against and she gets a corner for Namibia.
Cleverly.
Very smart, and she's so fast too.
Yes.
She's kind of a player that you like to see. Has it all. Great flair there. Her skills. She's so fast with the ball. Very accurate.
Go.
Goes for it.
Terrifying for defenses, eh?
Very talented player. She's only 16 years of age.
Get away.
One to look out for, certainly. Plays for V-Power Angels in the Women's Super League here in Namibia. That's taken away by the Comoros defense. And it's a corner again for Namibia. She has been working overtime here, Ahmedi Zinani.
Yes, overtime, and it looks like she's policing Nancy at this point of time. making sure she doesn't score any more.
Indeed here. That's a wonderful strike in here too. Well picked up by Natasha Ahmed. Will be relieved.
2 minutes additional time. 2 minutes additional time.
There you have it. 2 minutes added on here in this first half. And looks like Namibia are still looking for one more. Or maybe two more. I mean, looks of things. Garus now here. Just was looking for Labang, but rather lends to Comoros player. How Congo was a scare there when she went down, but she's back on. So Namibia definitely as a team would be relieved because she's been busy at the back, really keeping it together. How Congo. Now Tokwane here. Right for it. Here comes Namibia, still pushing for that 8th goal this first half. Here comes Gavas. Gavas now finds Tokwane. Wonderful! Safia Labang going for it! Just again! She's done it again here! Namibia are absolutely having a ball here. Nancy Labang particularly. She has scored again. Just before halftime.
This is her seventh. This is her 7th goal
so far.
Her 7th goal of the game.
Wow. I mean, that's all you can really say. Nancy Labang has scored the 8th goal for Namibia just before halftime. Let's have a look at that goal again. Wonderful pass in here by Tokwane, you must say. Perhaps you also had the option for Abases as well. But that's what you're talking about, that bravery of hers to just go for it in instances like that when she's 1-on-1. She went for it, slots at the back of the net.
Exactly.
And Namibia have another here.
Just before halftime.
Could be the final play of the game.
Come Nancy, man.
And there you have it. Final whistle for this first half at the Hagagengop Stadium. Namibia will be very pleased with this one. They are in the lead now. It is Namibia 8, Comoros 0. Look at those supporters there in the stands. Certainly happy. We'll be going over for that halftime analysis in a moment. Do stay tuned now to hear from our analysts.
I don't know the.
What an impeccable first half for the team of Namibia. Of course, leading 8-0 against Comoros. And now I am joined by the Deputy Minister of Education, Innovation, Youth, Sport, Arts and Culture, none other than Dino Balotti. Honorable, thank you so much for joining me. I'm seeing you and your flag looks stunning this afternoon.
Thank you. I know I'm very biased, but rightfully so. I've never seen a first half of 8 goals. So such a pleasure to be here. So excited to support the young gladiators. What a fantastic afternoon.
Honorable, talk to us about, first and foremost, the importance of hosting such an event as the COSAFA u17 Girls Championship right here on home soil.
I think we really need to give credit to everyone that played a part in making this a reality. It showcases that as Namibia we can host and we can host well, and obviously this gives us an opportunity to fine-tune some few areas for the upcoming Region 5. So really just all 9 countries that are represented here, just to be as hospitable as we can, land of the brave, and just show everyone a really great time as we win as Namibia wins the COSAFA u17 championship.
Now, Honorable, I would like to ask you as an analyst now. Okay, put your analyst hat on. Here we go. No, it's okay, it's okay. First 45 minutes, what do you make of Namibia's performance?
So I arrived with the audience, with the crowd shouting, and it was 1-0. So I missed the first goal, and I thought this will be a nice, tough encounter. 8 goals in 45 minutes. They were scoring goals every minute at one stage. I don't know what they fed these young ladies, but please, we need to feed all of our sports people whatever they're eating. Really, they are dominant in all areas of play. I don't think our keeper made one save. And really, our attacking line, especially our captain, the number 10, she's possessed. So I'm informed that we need another 3 goals to ensure qualification to the semi-final. And I have full confidence that we'll score those 3 goals early in the second half.
Now, I'm asking you, Honorable, to take off your analyst hat, take off your minister hat. You're a coach now. Okay, you're in the changing room, you're with the girls. What is your message for the next 45 minutes?
So I know that we're on TV, so I can't use profanity. There may be a couple of fancy words being shared, but I would tell the ladies in the change room that this is our time. We need to play like we've never played before. The whole nation is supporting them. Friday is the semi-final. I believe we'll have thousands and thousands of Namibians in attendance. So really for them to go out and in the first minute put full pressure. Let's finish the game off in the first 10 minutes of the second half, and let's not stop. Let's make this the highest scoring under-17 COSAFA match ever. That would be my instruction to the young ladies.
Cue dramatic music, and that is it. Coach, I would like to ask you to go talk to your under-17s perhaps as we excuse you. Thank you so much, Honorable. It's been a pleasure to have you here on the touchline.
Thank you so much. I have one more point to mention, if I may, and that's this coming Friday on the 16th. The semi-final will be held, and I urge all school-going learners to make plans with their schools. I'm not sure if it's a morning or afternoon match. We would love to see so many young people in attendance this coming Friday. So I think that's my call to order for all Namibians to come and support the young ladies this Friday. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable. We appreciate your time. There you have it, of course, the Honorable Dino Balotti joining us here on the touchline. Not to forget, of course, my very own analyst. Hi, ladies. How are you?
Hi,
welcome back. I think first and foremost, let's start off with how terrible you guys are with predicting. I mean, we had a 1-0, we had a 0-0. So talk to us. How are you feeling at this point in time about your predictions?
I think, CJ, I meant to say 0-0 when the match starts.
Oh,
I did not say it was going to be 0-0 at half. So
and you probably
I think I
meant
meant to say 1-0 in the first few minutes.
All right,
Yes.
all right. No,
Yes.
we got that cleared out now. In terms of the first 45 minutes, what do you make of Namibia's impeccable performance?
Very dominant, very attacking approach as expected, because they obviously understand that they needed to get the goals. A very beautiful display from the young ladies. I think the home crowd has an advantage, has added a little bit of a boost to them. You know, you can see the crowd encouraging them to take shots, and they actually taking the shots, and the shots actually, going at the back of the net. I think it's a beautiful match to watch, today.
Lovisa, I would like to bring up Nancy Labang. I think that's going to become a household name after today's match and the end of it. I think you're going to have young boys and girls in the streets of Katatura playing in a Hamlabang. Hamlabang. Huh?
It's always good to see that there is a young girl out there who aspires to be like a fellow girl. So it's really good to see Labang really coming to the game and playing and showing that leadership quality and having a double hat-trick in this first 45 minutes. It was really exceptional to watch.
Double hat-trick for Nancy Labang, but it looks like she's already busy with her third. Do you predict a third one, maybe up the sleeves for Nancy this afternoon?
Yes, CJ, I'm not going to shy away this time. I'm going to be very dramatic. I think Nancy's going to give us more than just 3 in this second half.
Definitely so. Now, we spoke about maybe Tamara and Grace that are not in the starting lineup, but is coach's plan working thus far, Lovisa?
I mean, with the goals coming in and the plans that he has, it's definitely working. And I must applaud the coach for that plan that he had. He thought very strategically. Whatever he thought of, it came out very, very good. And I must really applaud him on that.
What can we expect, Lady Anna, if those two players do come onto the pitch with the likes of Nancy coupled with the number 12 jersey? What can we look in terms of what Namibia's dominance would then be? like?
I think bringing on the likes of Tamara and Grace, you are encouraging creativity in your final third. You want these girls to go out there and just, showcase their best potential at the highest level, and just to give you those scoring opportunities. I think that is what Tamara and Grace are going to bring to the table. Very excited to see when they do come in, what they give the team.
Now let's quickly take off the Namibian hats and get back to a diplomatic status here in terms of neutrality. Lovisa, as Team Comoros has to come back in the second half, what is the things that they need to take care of to make sure that they deny Namibia those extra 3 goals that will send Namibia into that second place semi-final spot?
I think they should just remain compact, not try to let Lebang get in through the center backs. So essentially what I'm trying to say is the 2 center backs are lacking a little bit. So just to strengthen that and maybe pull back one of the midfielders to come back and help the central defenders, and then don't allow any goals going forward.
What would your thoughts be surrounding Comoros and where they are at, especially going into this last 45?
I think Namibia is capitalizing on the fact that the Comoros defense is very slow. The reason why Mauritius did not concede a lot of goals is because they had a low pressing line. Now Comoros, Comoros on the other hand has a higher pressing line than Mauritius, and that is why Namibia's the under-17 girls can get the ball passed over the defense, and Nancy can outrun them. So if they can maybe drop a bit and then deal with those balls, then I think once the ball obviously gets behind the defense, the goalkeeper is the first person to get it. Doesn't give Nancy much of a space or much room to actually outpace them or do anything to them. So I think the defense line is a little bit too high for them, considering Nancy's pace.
Now, Lovisa, if you were the Namibian coach and you had to bring in Atarama and you need to shift your team, who would you take off, who would you shift, and how would you readjust maybe even the formation, if you like?
It's a very tricky one, considering the fact that my attackers are all doing very, very well. But I would replace Lebang's assistant, because she's not really giving me more of those attacking, and try to put in Tamara, who has fresh legs and who is having that eagerness in wanting to get more goals for the team.
What would your thinking be as the Namibian coach in the changing room, and you've got these 2 players on the sidelines? Who would you take off? Who would you bring up, and where would you bring them up, Lady Anna?
Yeah, like Lovisa just said, obviously the first change I would make is I would remove one of the players that are supposed to help Nancy in the attack, but I would go with the left back. I would remove her so that we just defend with 3 defenders. We really don't have a lot of pressure coming from the Comoros team. So you have 3 defenders at the back. You add numbers in attack with the likes of Grace coming on. And then I would obviously remove Chloe. Chloe is a little bit off today. I think Tokwane is really trying her best. It's maybe not working, but she has really been giving us those balls that we want. So I would still keep her there, but I would remove Chloe, and then I would put Tamara on the one wing. And I think then we should have a force to be reckoned with.
Not that we haven't been a force to be reckoned with already. Now, Lovisa, I failed to ask this question before the game started, but how crucial is that early goal, and what a difference did it make for a youth team like this psychologically and momentum-wise?
The first goal in the first minute brought momentum into the game. It demoralized the opposing team, and you could see going forward, Namibia really wanted to get in more goals, and they did just that. So that first goal that came in very early really boosted the confidence of the Namibian side.
In terms of the likes of Comoros, we saw that Namibia's defense. What would you make of Namibia's defense, and how can Comoros tap into maybe creating a weak space somewhere in Namibia's defense to try and at least get a goal back at the bare minimum?
I think the Namibian defense is really showing weakness. With number 4, Shiwa, their left centre back, a very experienced player, but obviously not coming to the party today. And then obviously their left back also lacking. I think if Comoros really wants to score, they need to exploit that side of the Namibian defense, because the right side is really not working for them. With Nikidia, who is their star player, the number 14, trying to outrun the defense, trying to push them over, it's not working because their right side is the stronger side. So I think the Comoros side should approach the left side of the Namibian defense.
Now, Lovisa, heading into this last 45, what is your thoughts, and what do you predict will be the standing at the end of the time?
I think Namibia will come in with high morale as they previously did, and obviously trying to secure more goals than the Mozambican side so that they become the best losers and go into the semi-finals. So my prediction for the next half would probably be a 15-0.
15-0 for the likes of Namibia. And Lady Anna, what would your message be in terms of these Namibian girls? What do they need to do for you as the coach in the changing room, and what would be your prediction?
I think they should just go out there, do what they were doing in the first half, play together as a team. They know who their stronger players are, play with their strengths, play with each other's strengths, avoid playing to each other's weaknesses, just work well together, and I think we should be able to score. That would be me telling them as a coach, right? The goals, yeah, I've been off, so I'm going to go with like a 14, you know.
14?
Yeah.
15. There you have it, as we see the players coming back onto the pitch for the last 45 minutes of this game. Will we see another 8 goals in it? Will the likes of Nancy Labang still add another 2 double hat-tricks to it? Well, only time will tell. Off to the commentary team to entertain you for the next 45.
Some of the maybe the analysts just slightly off with those predictions.
Slightly. Slightly.
Well, I'm trying to be humble here. Well, we are about to kick off the second half at the Hage Geingob Stadium. It is Namibia taking on Comoros. 8-0. Namibia are leading so far. Nancy Labang, the captain there, with 6 goals already in her bag, perhaps. She can double down. She can get another hat-trick. You think, Hapeni?
Maybe like 3 more hat-tricks?
Well, that's what the Namibians will be hoping for. But then it's the game of football. Anything is possible. Can Comoros perhaps get a few back as well? Well, we'll only find out. Here we go now. Balls are landing to Uaria. Uaria now just unable to pick up. Or maybe just looking for Shimi. Here. Well picked up. That's a foul. That's a foul on Mohamed Assisia. Hopefully not too serious.
Slightly caught on the ankle there. Unintentional there. But a free kick nonetheless.
Maybe they can also capitalize of the more set pieces they can get from Comoros. Maybe that can also have an impact on how they play. But maybe just during halftime, what do you think was said in that?
Oh, not really.
Yeah, that does look very...
It looks a bit painful, that.
Painful. What do you think was said in that locker room there by Coach Hamadi Hassani?
Try to stop them, guys. There's nothing much you can say as a coach at this point of time. But just try to reduce the scoreline. You need to regroup and show that you guys can actually play.
Indeed. And only time will tell. This one's going to be taken up by Ahmadi Zainone.
I can tell you that what I said now was probably the light version of what he said.
Let's see what happens now. This is yeah, that's a beautiful pass in here to Abasas. Abasas going for it. Here comes Abasas now. Will she cross it or will she go for it herself? And she scores! Chloe Abasas here has scored immediately, straight from half-time. Julino Athletics 15-year-old player. She has been incredible in that first half, and she gets her goal.
Well-deserved goal, well-deserved goal. Took on that entire defense by herself.
Individual play. You can see that individual talent in that Namibian squad. Really bright future for.
As you can see, the through ball that was given there to her beats 1, beats 2, beats 3.
I mean,
loses her balance, composure, slots it into the bottom corner.
You might actually have thought she would pass it maybe perhaps to Tokwane, but she said, you know what, this one's mine. And she did an incredible job. And here's a cross into Labang now. Labang could go for it, and there she just gets to Ahmed Natasha, the goalkeeper there.
Maybe the wrong option, but there by Labang, because Tokwane was again in acres of space alone.
Well, looks like Namibia were told to go for it more here. Play as if you are not 9 goals up. And they are certainly doing so. That's a corner for Namibia. Also maybe chasing that highest goal scoring score line here at this tournament, the COSAFA u17 Girls Championship 2025. We have seen some wonderful yesterday's score there, Mozambique versus Mauritius, 11-0. Maybe trying to beat that.
Probably trying to beat that as well.
And now, Namibia into the box here. Just over the ball. Well, it is a corner again for Namibia.
She has a chance to retake that one. Wasn't really the best corner from Nancy.
Maybe 8-1 corners. And they certainly gotten some from these corners. And now, into the box here. Namibia with a chance to utilize this, but it's all taken away by Comoros. They are certainly making sure, or they will aim to make sure that they keep the ball as far as possible from that 18-yard box.
9-0, only 5 minutes played in the second half. There's so much time for Namibia to get even more from here.
Now Lebang here finds how Congo just, well, couldn't keep it, but Shimi has picked it up. Avases now with the ball. And now, Garus gets a chance to it as well. Garus up against, wow, just, well, she had a vision, you could tell, was going to go for it herself, but maybe the ball just too quick for her. And these long crosses in that are coming into players like Avases and Lebang are certainly paying off.
Yes, very lethal players. In the worst spot for Comoros is that there are two hungry strikers on the bench of Namibia who might even make the situation even more worse than it is.
When you have the likes of Angola there, sitting patiently, probably thinking, well, when is it going to be my chance? So I get perhaps 3 or 2 more on there, as well as Aces, who also had a wonderful game against Malawi. So I think they've got the options, Namibia. Are you looking at Comoros? Having somebody like Nafa Chabani on bench as well. It was a wonderful forward. I think they will be really focused more on the defense in this one. Comoros. And now, Namibia with this throw-in into the box. It's picked up here, how Congo, though, chases it off. And wins a throw-in for Namibia. Wonderful header. That's Gavas, one of the players who was substituted on in that first game. Starts here in the second one. She's proving why she should start. I think so. And ball just scrambling into the midfield. Lebang unable to get it away really. But it's with Garus who got goals here. Oh. Yeah. Just who I was talking about, because it as well. And here she is.
Off comes jersey number 17, Naimi Automin, and on goes jersey number 7, Shaban Naifam.
Just like I said, if they have an option like Naifa Chabani on the bench, well, looks like Coach Hamadi Hassani might have heard me. But
maybe a bit too late.
yeah, no, but it is a substitution here. You're seeing the likes of Naima Tomani there coming off, as well as Asia there, Mohamed also replaced by Ahmed Natifa. And then there's the goal. Key players for Comoros, really good at attack. Chabani. And now the balls are with Najila Siaka. Defender from MC Mironzi.
Rare possession in the opposition final third for Comoros, but they lose the ball again.
Yeah, I think they're really trying to get hold of the ball at least. Because once, in order for you to be able to score, you've got to get the possession as well of the ball. And this cross in here, very loose at the back, a bit sloppy. I mean, if that lands to a player like Lebang, he would be, should be afraid. But, well, Comoros at least looking like they're gaining some sort of confidence here. Try also going up front a little bit more often. Shimi picks it up, finding Garus. Garus here kicks it perfectly to Avases now. Avases here. She is really surrounded, but she finds Garus. Garus to Lebang. Lebang trying to get Taku. Well, oh, you would say perhaps Tokwane there just unable to keep that one in play. But it is Namibia's ball. The throw-in will be done by Gavas. Let's see what they can do here, Namibia. There she comes. And another throw-in for the host nation. Picked up by Gavas.
Comoros haven't conceded in a while, so they should gain
momentum,
gain confidence from what they're displaying right now.
I think that's just to get Malundange as well, a taste of the ball a little bit more. Moving forward, going for Namibia, Congo now.
Don't go, Sharifa, stay.
With this one.
Stay, it's coming over you, stay.
Oh, that should be
Come again. Come.
small one. Maybe they touch her hand.
Nancy, come, Harklop.
The
Nancy ball.
bench of Namibia looking very...
She's holding them.
I'll be happy with this result. Will be one more though.
Just off your screen here, Namibia is about to make two very, very positive attacking changes here. The two players that everybody were questioning that were excluded now.
I think this is looking...
That's why the crowd is cheering.
Oh, that should be...
That's why the crowd are cheering.
Yes, looks like Aces and out. We're seeing Angula also about to come on here. But for now, it is still in play here. Let's throw in by Congo. Just now, can Namibia break here? Just Gavas trying to really go for it, but unable to really get anything from it. Do get a corner though, Namibia.
So corner situation here. Can Namibia capitalize on this one as well?
Lebang, captain. Here she comes now, into the box. Wonderful flick here by Waria. Lebang. Here she comes again, going after it. Finding Garus. But Garus just loses it here to newly substituted Chabana. Congo now. She is, whoa. That's a little bit, some of the sloppy mistakes you were talking about there, Hafeni, that can be caught off guard and make these type of mistakes.
Yes, very sloppy mistakes there, but good composure by the goalkeeper to get it out of danger, out of her feet, before the Comoros striker got any chance on capitalizing on any mistakes there.
Now, let's cross in here, Tokwane trying to get a touch to it, just laying up against Siaka though, who's been brilliant in defense.
Good turn.
Ooh.
Not so good of a pass.
Yes, you could tell that. Now Namibia get a chance to break now. Lebang just... I think this is where Coach Errol Dama said probably this is why he's making those substitutions now, because he's realizing that maybe fresh legs needed in there. I mean, they are still fresh. It just came off half time, but more attack needed, I think is. But also then, also don't want to neglect the defense. That's where. Now here's Shimi. Oh, she's still.
Looks like a clash of heads there.
Yeah, looks. Mohammed here. He's down.
Looks like a clash of heads there.
Hopefully she's. Shimi. Okay, here.
Substitution for Namibia. Off comes jersey number 12, Chloe Awases. On goes jersey number 9, Grace Aces. Off comes jersey number 2, Odeto Kwane. And on goes jersey number 7, Renalda Hangula.
Grace Awases there with that goal. Substituted off by Grace Aces. And now Tokwane also coming off here for much dangerous. Tamara Hangula. You're seeing a player like Hangula, come on, you must be feeling some sort of why, you know? I mean,
why?
Please stay.
But technically, yes. But if you're the opposition defense, it's going to be a problem now already.
Now this crossing nearby, and now certainly offside. Angula was, she's trying to make instant impact already.
The two that came on already combining, and despite it being offside.
They in that last game having a very good connection between these two, Angula and Aces. She is offside here. It's clear as the day. Now, Namibia. Take away ball away here. Aces now going strong, finding Uaria. Uaria fouled. It's a free kick for Namibia.
Play quicker, Grace. Just play over the top. Just play over the top. She'll run for it. Grace, Arklopen. Play still over the top. Still.
Maybe they can utilize this
to. Let's go.
And now, I think much power on that from Shimi. And falls straight to Natasha. And sloppy here from Haukongo. And she gets it away. This is the type of mistakes we're talking about, that if you are doing so well in attack, you could neglect the defense. And any single mistake, you get cut off guard and you can concede a goal.
It's becoming a sloppy affair there in the middle.
Yes.
Come,
Just gotta. I think Comoros will just also have to try to capitalize off some of these mistakes.
Get back.
I think Namibia is pressing too much, or trying to force that goal too much. They should be very much composed. The coach should tell them to relax. They shouldn't force that 10th goal.
Come, Waka, come, Shiwa. Come, Nanami, come, Flo. Away. Yes.
You know?
Come, Nancy, come on.
Comoros.
Yes.
Trying to.
Come, Tuliki. Okay.
For it here.
Stay. Nancy, stay for now.
Well,
Come, Shiwa. Nancy, play, Jay. I come. Yes.
They are.
Come, Shiwa, come.
Nothing much you can do at this point of time as a coach, but a positive for the Comoros side is that they haven't conceded in such a long time. They've conceded 1 goal so far in this half, and they've almost played 20 minutes.
Yes, as opposed to that first half there, when they were conceding goal after goal, I think definitely they would be happy with that. Namibia now here trying to just get that goal in because they haven't really been moving as smoothly as they probably wanted to up front. And that, whoa! That was a wonderful strike there from Aces. Went for it herself. So much power on that too, you heard it from up here.
Good attempt by Grace there, just slightly off target.
Before the game, we heard Lydiana there mentioning players should learn to be a little bit less selfish. I think they have too much individual offending, maybe that sometimes they forget instead of having to pass the ball.
Exactly.
Go for it themselves in times when they can actually pass and slot at the back of the net.
Exactly, because that was what led to majority of the goals, passing. The players outpassed the opposition.
There she comes in. Oh, she still tries a similar move here, Grace Aces. And now here to Lebang, she's fouled. She's fouled here, Grace Aces. And that should be a free kick for Namibia.
In a good position for Grace to deliver this ball. Namibia kind of outpowers the Comoros individually by their body size. So hopefully somebody can get their head on it and get the 10th goal.
That's a confirmation for a yellow card on Siaka there, who has been really one of the most active Comoros players. Getting the blocks in, tackles. Namibian fans here just chanting that they want more. Will they get more? Let's have a look. An attempt here by Grace. Well, it fell straight to Natasha.
It's a retake.
It's a retake, yes. So she will be probably really happy with that, Grace Aces. Chance to redeliver.
Take two.
Yeah. Now, here come Aces. Onto. Definitely off target now.
I think she would prefer the first one.
Yeah, definitely. That was a bit too. I mean, Namibia now only need 2 goals to make it 11. This will qualify them to the semi-finals as the best second place finishes ahead of Mozambique. Currently Mozambique are the best second place team with that win yesterday against Mauritius. They won 11-0, so Namibia will have to catch up with that. All they have advantage now with 9 goals. Still under 70 minutes played here at the Hayagengop Stadium.
That is a free kick that Grace would not want to see again.
Absolutely. And now Comoros with a chance. Song will be taken up by Ahmadi Zanon. Look at those fouls there. I mean, Comoros with 7, Namibia with 4. It's a game. It's quite a physical game, you can say. That free kick maybe just. Oh well. Whoa! What a shot here! That was very, very amazing there by.
It's an attempt. It's an attempt.
Riziki Nakidia. She was wide awake. She noticed that Malundange was sleeping, you could say. And she took a chance, just maybe unable to finish it off, but Mauritius now probably have to utilize these type of opportunities, really. And can actually really get something out of these. And they are reading that Namibia's defense is sloppy at the back, and this is a chance for Namibia now. And here comes Namibia! Well,
is it a foul?
Is it a foul? Could be a foul. Well, they scored the goal, but
Is it a foul?
referee, I think the captain here, a referee, I mean, Captain Anli Shufao is having a chat with the referee, perhaps just complain that there was a foul on Natasha. Our goal initially, if counted, was scored by Melania Gavas with that one.
Oh, it's a
But,
free kick. What is it? Is it a free kick? Is it a goal? It's a free kick. It's a free kick.
Oh, yes, there was a
Spillage. Yeah, okay. Looks like. Yeah, it looked like it was more of a foul there.
definitely a foul on
But good interchange.
Ahmed Natasha.
Good interchange. Good interplay from the Namibians.
Oh, she was quite sloppy.
Yeah, but the goalkeeper had it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the goalkeeper had it. The goalkeeper had it.
Well read there, then by, you would say, by referee. Manduva Lubeng of South Africa doing her job, fair and square. And Natasha is still down here. She's still down. Perhaps some of the spectators who have come out this afternoon, some of the school kids, as you can see there, here to cheer on their fellow youngsters.
They're a bit anxious because they're waiting for that 10th goal.
They need an 11th one as well. Do you think it will come?
Well, it took a while, eh? Almost 25 minutes gone and no goal scored by the Namibians. It is not really.
Yeah, it is worrisome, I would say, for the team. But look, still about 20 minutes to go here. So
You can see the goal here from Avases. Good
really
composure and slots it into the bottom corner.
Wonderful strike. And she is so quick too. Oh, looks like a goalkeeper, Natasha Ahmed, really. Oh, she's up. She's up. It looked like for a moment she was gonna. Is she up to continue or is she going off? That's the question. Because still
Looks like
uncertainty
they
here.
need a replacement in the goal.
And I mean, that would be a blow for Comoros. How good has she been? I mean, Natasha, you wouldn't want to lose. How she goes head to head with the Namibian forwards, sometimes even outside the penalty box. She's fantastic. This
Looks like she just
needs more to be attended to a little bit more. Well, this is.
very confused with what's going on.
I mean, I hope they're going to stop the game though, because now players on the pitch. As soon they have. She is looks like they might have to make a substitution here. But
There's no decision made yet.
she's still down here. Ahmed Natasha. A slight confusion. Some of these players, because they are unaware whether or not you're going to make a substitution or. But then. Well, her teammates have come out as well to.
Doesn't look like the replacement goalkeeper's warming up at all.
But so far in the second half.
The replacement goalkeeper is on the bench, not moving at all.
So far in this first half, I mean, Namibia still with the upper hand, but probably will be disappointed with how they've not used the time to score more goals. So maybe just that team hurdle, able to. Well, Natasha is up now, getting getting those cheers in. And,
probably a tactic to take out the sting of the game.
maybe, you could say. Maybe not. Maybe some frustrations.
We go straight, come, we go straight.
You could feel frustration for the Namibian players there.
Yes.
Because time is money and it's going. It's not wait for anybody.
But it looked like there might be a lengthy additional time at the end of the game because of that time wasting.
Now, we're back here.
Come, Sherifa, come. Come forward.
Angola now with the ball. On to Angola finding Gloria.
Over the top, over the top. Yes.
Trying to find just maybe Aces, unable to
Yes.
keep it on. This is a wonderful header in now to Garus. You are here now. Gavas.
Over the top, over the top.
Oh,
Gossas.
good
Now
passing
you are
there by
here.
the Namibians, eh?
Just they're struggling though to, once it reaches a certain age. Angola now, just. Unable to finish that one off there, Angola. Maybe could have passed the ball instead. Not always have to go for it yourself.
The Comoros is camping,
That's a wonderful
camping
cross
in their
in now
box.
here to Aces. Aces going for it. Here comes Aces now. And here now to just. Maybe I would be very disappointed with that set of play there. And now Melania Gavas is down.
Another head injury here. Looks like Namibia is preparing another change at the bottom there.
Well,
It's another change, and it looks like Kanene is coming in.
that's an interesting one. Shidu there, Kanene. Wonder who she's going to replace.
Namibia look like a shadow of themselves from the first half.
Yeah, now just have really slowed down.
Which is weird. You'd think the first goal would be the hardest one to get, but now the 10th one is the hardest one for them to get now.
They're struggling, Namibia, now to finish it off. And also really frustrated because I think the Comoros players have really been making sure they get those scrambles.
Oh, there was an elbow to the head there. There was an elbow to the head.
So Melania Govas now goes off, replaced by Shidu. Kanene there, Shidu. Replaced for Kasawana FC. And now we are scrambling to get that 10th goal, which is, like you mentioned, Afeni, some reason the hardest one to get for them.
Yes.
Now Congo now with this throw-in. Here comes Congo with this throw-in. Labang now, who has really also kind of been, you would say, kind of dead in this game.
Left it for a corner. Whoa, is it a goal kick or very confusing from the referee? Yeah, it's a goal kick, wrongly given by the referee. Namibia will feel hard done by there.
Indeed, probably were hoping they could use something from there, but it is a goal kick for Comoros.
12 minutes to go. Can Namibia get that elusive 10th goal?
You would think those 12 minutes are a lot for Namibia, seeing how they played in that first half, but now it seems like those minutes being too few now, with the way they are playing. Our Congo But you do have to give credit to Comoros now for really...
It's another hard tackle on Shiva right now.
You would say Comoros now really have tactically playing well.
Yes, I mean they have stopped Namibia for the longest time. We're going over to 30 minutes now where Comoros have not conceded a goal, and this is fantastic. If I'm the coach of Comoros, I'm happy with the improvements of what they have done since the first half.
Now here's Angula. Angula just unable to find really the bang now. A bit sloppy from her here. Shimmy with the ball now. Yeah, really looking a little bit more confused here in Namibia now. This is Ahmadi Zannar.
She has been the influential force for the Comoros midfield there, running her socks off left, right and center, and she did a fantastic goal. She's doing a fantastic job policing Nancy now, because Nancy hasn't even scored in this entire half.
Even struggling to get the touch of the ball. Gets it, but always loses it now. Congo now with these throw-ins that she has been doing. A lot of them for Namibia. Another player down. The bang. Bang now here. Seems like she's in a lot of pain.
That doesn't look good. That doesn't look good at all.
You wouldn't want that. Player with 6 goals. 7 goals actually.
Oh, she cannot, doesn't look like she can continue.
Oh my goodness, maybe I would be worried with that. Other Paulus there, coach of, assistant coach, under 17s, also coach of Nampo ladies.
This is a big blow.
Very
this is a big blow for Namibia.
It would be very, oh my goodness, that looks painful. And also, if she can't continue, if Namibia do happen to make it through, they don't have, that's worrisome for Namibia. Maybe, now, Namibia just really scrambling. Aces, now here going for it herself. Here comes Aces now. And that will be a penalty for Namibia. Well, referee says no. Well, that sounds like a lot of frustration from the stands here.
Another shot for VAR, eh? And here's Joy.
Referee
Another
said
shot
no.
for VAR. Let's see that on the replay.
Aces really must be frustrated there. Namibia still going for it though.
Namibia with a player down. Nancy still hasn't returned onto the pitch.
No.
But here it is with Tamara.
Tamara now to Garus. Who's also placed down. Garus is down here. Now Shimi down again. Another player down. Maybe you could say referee with this a little bit too lenient now.
Trying to let the game flow apparently, but this is not how you do it as a referee. They're chopping off the players' legs, eh?
Absolutely, game becoming a little bit too... Looks like Labang is ready to come back on.
Very aggressive are the Comoros players against the Namibians. But they are trying their best to not increase that.
That's tactics, and yes, they're being great at it, honestly. Congo now here with this one, with this free kick. Was a penalty appeal there earlier on, a few moments ago for Aces. But, well, Namibia continue now. Got a wonderful in.
Come here, hit that rest. Hit that rest.
Labang once again fouled. And that was as Nazra again. Nazra again with that foul. On Labang. It's a free kick now for Namibia. We're taken up by Garus, or Gosses rather. And now Aces here. That should be Labang. Finds Gosses. Gosses now finding a pass to Garus. And that's a corner for Namibia here.
That's a corner for Namibia here. It's an opportunity for Nancy to swing one in.
We have 9 corners here for Namibia.
1 corner per goal.
Well, you could say that. Can Namibia perhaps utilize this, capitalize of this one? Well, no.
She wouldn't want to see that one again.
Absolutely not.
Namibia needs to remain composed. The coaches need to tell the players to be composed. Let them play the ball, pass the ball. That's what was getting them the goals in the first place. The small integrated passes.
I think maybe you could also argue that those substitutions maybe didn't really work.
That's true.
Substitutions there of Hangula and Aces, they aren't really having that impact that we all thought they might bring on. Maybe could have kept on the likes of Avasis. Avasis particularly was.
That's a good run.
Good run, but, well, unable to. Now it's picked up by Uaria. Good chance here for Namibia. Yeah!
What a goal.
Here comes Namibia now with this goal. It's a 10th goal for Namibia. Scored by Grace Aces.
There's still time for that elusive one more
Well,
goal.
Namibia will be very relieved with that one. At some point, it was starting to feel like it was never going to come. Here comes the fans. Just chanting. Still continuing with that chant, we want more. And some frustration from the Comoros players. And more people in the stands. More players here in the stands, or rather fans.
Namibia just need one more goal to secure that qualification.
Well, can they get it? Is the question.
Oh.
I mean, we've got a player down here. That should be Chabani now. Chabani's looks like she's in a lot of pain. Chabani's down here. Number 7 forward. Maybe still need one more goal for them to feel some sort of security.
Nancy!
Well, Comoros has a very good chance now. And in this thing we call football, anything is possible. So they've got a good chance now here, Comoros, with this free kick. Will be taken up by Abdul Nazara with this one. So just, you would say, well, not really gotten anything from it. Here now comes the Namibia. That was Grace Aces. Oh, couldn't really push forward. But, well, she's really being surrounded here, Grace Aces, until she loses it. Well, they did well there, the Comoros defense. Shimi now. Will be
Start for a throw-in Namibia's third, a rare throw-in for Comoros.
88 minutes gone now. We'll be finding out soon how many minutes will be added for extra time, or rather additional time. Namibia need one more goal. Comoros still pushing as well. Perhaps to get some sort of consolation goal, also to frustrate the Namibians.
Oh, not a good challenge onto the head of the Namibian player.
Oh, Shimi there. Now, just a replay of that to see exactly how that goal came in there. Oh, wonderful, wonderful pass there.
What a pass by Wairi.
And Aces just
What a pass.
slots it home. And that's what you want to see.
Lost.
Composure, accuracy, preciseness. Throw in here by Comoros. Ah, wonderful cross here by Okongo. Shimi with this one. Now, Garus. That's a wonderful cross in. A lucky one because that did look dangerous. Aces now. Here comes Namibia now. Shidu! Wonderful cross in by Shidu, but it's just far off for Aces to reutilize. Now we'll be finding out.
4 additional minutes added on.
Well, the Namibians sounded very frustrated here. Only 4 minutes added on. So Namibia now going for it. Comes Grace, Aces here. Throw in for
Namibia has to throw everything, including the kitchen sink now.
Last moments here, and this.
It's what we call squeaky bum time.
Absolutely. They have to score, or else their hopes of qualifications are done. They have about 3 minutes to do so now, Namibia here. Can they do some sort of miraculousness here? Aces.
Ah, poor cross.
Very poor cross here from Aces. I think now Comoros will probably just keep it playing forward, make sure that Namibia does not get a chance at goal. Aukonga now here to Garus. Garus now to...
There's still 2.5 minutes to go for the Namibians. They still have time.
Well, in the game of football...
There's the ball that's through.
It's a foul on...
In a good position. It's a good position for Namibia to score from here.
Absolutely. Now, maybe you would be disappointed with some of those crossings there by Angula. Really, it's frustrations. You can tell the Namibians...
See, the fans are very, very much anxious there.
I mean, you can feel that anxiousness. You can feel the anxiousness in this stadium here. Really, really last moments for Namibia to get a chance to do something and get that 11th goal. And will Labang go for it herself, perhaps? I mean, she did this already in the first half. So... And now, here comes Nancy Labang with this one. It's now or never now here for Namibia. Wonderful opportunity. Well, they're scrambling there. But,
man,
that should be really heartbreaking for Namibia. And now, the frustrations are luring in. Time wasting, perhaps, tactics.
Time wasting tactics here.
So close here, Namibia, but certainly, does this mean no? I mean, fans are up on their feet, really praying that some sort of miracle happens in this last minute of the game. Referee says stop the game here.
The referee should add on a little bit more time.
Yeah, she won't have to because of the time that was. Just look at that. Wait.
Good free kick, back
But
post, no one there to capitalize. Goalkeeper catches it, spills it, catches it again, and then the foul happened from there.
That game is clear.
She might. Will she blow the final whistle here, the referee?
That game is clear.
And it ends here for Namibia.
That is the end of
the game.
Namibia and Comoros.
Well,
winning by 10 goals to 0.
This is quite not the side they would have ended with, but it ends here in Namibia at the start.
It's very much unfortunate because this is the road,
here.
the end of the road for Namibia.
Wonderful goals we saw here from Nancy Labang.
It was a fantastic effort. Nancy scoring majority of the goals.
And now maybe some controversial refereeing, you may say, from fans here. But in all, Comoros fighting till the end. They really fought here, particularly in that last half.
You will see now how it goes down
And we'll be finding out here
for
with the player of the
Namibia
match.
because
It is Nancy Labang, a lady with a triple, or rather double, hat-trick. So she'll be really happy with that. So, player of the match here.
player of the match. Can we
And,
give her like 4 hat-trick balls, please?
That means the Namibia are official out here.
Yes,
Tournament,
no,
not
she
heading
was
to semi-finals. So
she-
are Comoros.
she was very much excellent today.
But we have come to the end of this fixture. Namibia versus Comoros. It ends here at the Hayagengop Stadium. Namibia 10 and Comoros 0.
Coach, congratulations with that victory, 10-0 over Comoros, but you don't look like you're a very happy man. Talk to us about your emotions.
It was a very emotional game. Just hoping that we go through to the semis. We'll wait and see through the results. But yeah, it's what we planned. It's what we planned for. And yeah, I'm very happy, but just a bit emotional.
Coach, talk to us about the tactics and maybe your message to the girls heading into that second half. You were leading 8-0, but it looked like it was an uphill battle in that second half.
Yeah, I think fatigue played a bit of a big role in the second half. But we told the girls just to stay calm, we'll get there. And eventually we got the 10 goals, yeah.
Coach, lastly, maybe just talk to us about a player like your captain, Labang, and what type of play does she bring to you as a coach?
Sensational player, very sensational player. Pure talent, as you can see, she is the one carrying us. Yeah.
Coach, best of luck with that last bit of nail biting before you would know if you're in the semi-final or not.
Thank you, thank you. All right.
Coach, a tough defeat there against Namibia, going down 10-0. How are you feeling after that match?
Comment tu te sens après la défaite de 10-0 contre la Namibie? C'est une défaite qui nous a vraiment fait mal, mais c'est comme ça, parce que s'il y a 2 personnes qui se battent, il y a une qui gagne. Mais on va se préparer pour une autre championnat qui sera, on va être à la hauteur.
It's a defeat that really that really hurt us. But whenever there's a game, there's always one winner and there's always one loser. But in the next competition, we are going to make sure we are at the top of our games.
Best of luck with the next competition, coach.
Toutes les bonnes chances pour la compétition prochaine.
Merci beaucoup.
A bittersweet moment for Team Namibia as we're on the edge of knowing exactly what has transpired and whether or not the team has made it through. So we'll be waiting for those mathematical football equations to come through for us to make sure whether or not this is how Namibia bows out or continues on to the semi-finals. But nonetheless, 10 goals difference between these two teams at the end of the 90 minutes. Lovisa, I'm going to start off with you. In terms of the first half and the second half, 8 goals to 2 goals. Where do you think things went wrong for Team Namibia or things went right for Comoros?
I think second half Namibia became a little bit too complacent and then they undermined the opponent. Whereas Comoros came in and really tried to make sure that they do not concede as many goals as they did in the first half.
Lady Anna, I can see you nodding your head there. Do you agree or do you have another viewpoint on what happened in that second half?
Yes, I think CJ, the Namibian team was really trying to score the goals, but they were in a rush. They didn't have the right composure. They were not in the right places to take shots, but they were rushing to take the shots. Obviously understanding that they needed a lot of goals coming out of this match. And I think the Comoros team really did homework during halftime and they saw what Namibia was using to exploit them and they tried to fix that in the second half and it shows in the results. They only conceded 2 goals.
Talk to us about the likes of Tamara and Grace coming from the bench. As we alluded to during the halftime discussion, that would possibly be the 2 substitutes that would be coming on for Namibia, and so they did. Did they have an effect on Namibia, good or bad?
I wasn't quite impressed with Tamara's performance. I think she could have done better in that regard. But however, I would give applause to Grace. She really came on and she gave some improvement and brought some improvement in the team. And she even scored the final goal in this match today.
Lady Anna, I don't want to put you on the spot, but you were rooting for a 15-0 there. A bit of a damper on your prediction, if I might say?
14, CJ.
14, my apologies.
Yeah, definitely. You know, coming into the second half, we really expected Namibia to bring what they brought in the start and maybe just polish a bit on it and just give us a show out here, you know, and give the fans a show because there's people who came out here, you know, after halftime you saw that the crowd even became more. It's because people believed that the Namibian team could really pull a good game out today.
Definitely so. Now, just to look at those full-time stats on your screen right now, Namibia, of course, 10 goals to 0, 24 goal attempts, 14 of them on a target. So let's talk about that, Lovisa, in terms of that comparison. 24 attempts, 14 on target, and putting 10 of them in the back of the net.
I think really getting 10 goals, we could have done better. We could have gotten those 14 shots on target right at the back of the net. I'm just a little bit disappointed that the Namibian side didn't get that extra goal in order for them to hopefully qualify for the next round.
Now, my producer is talking in my ear, Lady Anna, and we can confirm that Namibia is out of the running for the semi-final spot based on the goal difference in terms of goals scored. We scored less goals than Mozambique at this point in time, so that bows Namibia out. So once again, a bittersweet pill to swallow. What are some things that you think the juniors can take from this, especially this very tough lesson learned?
I think it is very important that we applaud them. This group was able to get their first 3 points in this competition, a big milestone for the Namibian team. But I think they should go back, do homework. I think they have a really good squad. I hope the squad can be kept together, train well, and, you know, just give us better results next time around.
Lovisa, maybe your thoughts hearing that, as Lady Anna said, they got their first 3 points in the COSAFA U17 championship, yet they miss out on that semi-final spot on home soil after an impeccable performance here against Comoros today.
It's sad to bow out of the semi-finals, especially, out of the group stages, especially knowing that you are the host nation. But really, we should really give applause to these girls because this is also the highest margin that they have actually gotten. In the past, they have never gotten this high margin, and it's also the first win for Namibia in this tournament. And really, we should give them applause. And moving forward, we really expect more from them.
Now there on your screen is of course the final group standing of how things look like for Group A. Malawi has qualified and they were the first to do so, as of course with 6 points with a goal difference of 9. And you've got Namibia with 7 and 3 points on the log, while Comoros bows out with a -16 and 0 points on the log. Now I'd like to add to maybe to still keep the positivity when it concerns Team Namibia is that Nancy Labang just became the top goal scorer for Namibia at the Under-17 COSAFA Championships, and her name will forever be as one of those players that will be echoed on COSAFA's stats and facts when they do host these competitions. A plus for Nancy?
I think, CJ, I've mentioned it before when we started, when I said Nancy's experience coming from the senior women's national team as a 15-year-old, honestly, was coming to play a great part today in today's match. And Nancy really showed maturity today. She really exposed the Comoros defense, really was the X factor that we were talking about. She was the one thing that we really needed, the glue that was going to keep this team together. And she really gave the whole nation hope. And I just want Nancy to work hard and always stay grounded and remember that she can always dream. There's no limits to dreaming.
Lovisa, I can't let you go without touching about the referee and the performance on the day. Do you agree with some of the calls made, and if not, why not?
I do not entirely agree with some of the things that some of the decisions that the referee has made, especially one that could have benefited us, which was a penalty. I think that was a wrong call from her end.
Now, Lady Anna, one of the points that we can talk about as well is just 4 minutes added after the goalie had a moment off the field, and just 4 minutes, and how many times did the time not stop? So at this point in time, was it correct to say that it was only additional 4 minutes that needed to be played?
CJ, I know as football lovers we should expect anything, but 4 minutes for me was really a little bit unfair, considering the fact that the goalkeeper was really out for a long time, and then she went out of the field and was still out. They literally had to beg her to come back in, and there's no way that was only 4 minutes with all of the Comoros players lying down every second minute, you know. It wasn't fair towards the Namibian side.
Not fair at all, according to our analyst here on the touchline. But in terms of what you can expect for tomorrow, of course, we've got one more group stage to end this very dramatic 2025 Under-17 COSAFA Girls Championship here in Windhoek, and that will be Lesotho taking on Zimbabwe. And what a match that will be. It will be at 1500 hours tomorrow, so do catch that match still live on NBC, NBC Plus, and of course FIFA Plus and COSAFA TV. So do join us for tomorrow again. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me here on the touchline and being your lovely selves as you are.
Thank you for having us.
There you have it, of course. That's a wrap here from the team at the Hage Geingob Stadium. Thank you so much for joining us and enjoying these impeccable 2 matches that we brought to you. Do come back for match number 9 on day number 5 as we conclude the group stages. Up until then, it's good night for now.